Hey, how's it going, art nerds, and welcome back to another video by some guy named Diddy Mark. Now, in this video, you read the title. Of course you did. So let me not waste any of my, and definitely any of you guys' precious time. So yeah, what will I, Diddy Sensei Mark, be doing in this video? Well, as per the title of the video, you and I, young art nerds and nerdettes, are gonna be holding hands as we take a stroll through the topic of character design, learning what makes a good character design, and even how we ourselves can step up our character design game. Also, surprise, surprise, we're gonna be learning character design from the character design daddy of social media himself, RinoTuna. RinoTuna? He's amazing! How are we gonna learn from him, Diddy Mark? Some of you might ask. Well, thanks to the second time video sponsor, Colosso, who have so graciously provided the course I will review and we will learn from in this video for free, we can. So again, like last time, slow your roll if you're thinking about clicking off this video because you heard it's a sponsored review of a course. I promise everything I say from pros to cons are completely original and authentic, regardless of the fact that this is a paid sponsor. Also, don't leave because I love you. And second, I've gone out of my way to make this video entertaining, full of value, and definitely worth your while. How? Well, first I'm gonna give a review of the course as requested by my also lovely video sponsors. Then I'm gonna rate the competency of the course and whether it's actually worth the asking price. And then afterward, I'm gonna go over several of the things and points and tips I learned from RinoTuna about improving character design, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. Oh, and get this, the entire time, you're gonna be able to watch me implement all I learned from this course as you watch a time-lapse of me drawing/designing 2 original characters. So yeah, enough of the chitty chat yip yap, let's go. So yeah, express yourself with character creation ideation, the course we're going to be looking at today. The course by the widely loved and respected artist RinoTuna, and the course provided to me by Colosso. And Colosso, if you don't know, is a great educational site for artists that provides a large variety of high quality courses for all types of illustrations. And as you now know, they have courses from many artists that you and I already know and are aware of and respect, like Mogun and who we're looking at today, RinoTuna. So yeah, with that said, let's get straight into the review of RinoTuna's course first. And right off the bat, not gonna lie, y'all, that course was heat. It was so good, man. It was so helpful. My overall thoughts on that course, and I guess this is a spoiler alert for my conclusion, but damn, that was a good course. And I want to give a well-deserved thumbs up to RinoTuna and how in-depth he went into the topics and concepts in this course. It's funny because at first, if I'm judging by the introductory video I watched, RinoTuna sets expectations that this course is a more intermediate one. So if you're a beginner, it might not be the best for you. Cap. It's cap, because as the course went on, I noticed just how beginner friendly it actually was, but I'm getting ahead of myself here with my review, so let me go back a bit, okay? So Rino begins the course by first showing the full curriculum and tells you exactly what to expect from the course. And I really like this because you get to see just how much Rino has planned for this course and just how in-depth he plans to go with each topic/concept. And yeah, when I said this course is beginner friendly without meaning to be, I mean, like, although this is strictly supposed to be a character design course, and even Rino himself says in the introductory video that he expects you to know the basics of anatomy and putting a human together, yet RinoTuna proceeds to then teach you the basics of drawing characters, like how to and the best way to break the human body down into simple shapes. He even goes over gestures, anatomy, joints, the skeletal frame, and even freaking colors, lights, color theory, like bruh. And like, yeah, I can see how some might say, well, that's a con, Diddy Mark, since he's just bloating the course up with information that he doesn't need to add. And you may have a point there, fictional person I just made up, but personally, I think it's a good touch, because to be honest, even intermediate and pro artists need to brush up on or could always improve at the basic stuff. Also, understand that while RinoTuna brings up these basics and talks about them in good enough depth, he doesn't spend too much time on them. As I said, this is still supposed to be just a character design course, not a how to draw one. Anyways, another thing I really liked about the course is RinoTuna often spoke about what was going on in his head when he's designing characters and his brainstorming process and etc. And I think this is very, very good to see or hear as a student, because sometimes the very notion of how do I approach this particular thing can be very scary, but Rino talking about his process not only gives us ideas on what we can try in our own processes, but it makes those complex concepts we tackle less intimidating. Another huge pro of this course is RinoTuna shows examples of good character design, and he will spend a good amount of time explaining, analyzing, and breaking down what makes the design good. This is especially a great touch. As for the last and in my opinion best pro that this course has, it's that the freaking PSD layered files for every single thing Rhino draws throughout this long, hefty course can be downloaded and messed around with. For example, for me personally, when I was able to open RinoTuna's painting in my Clip Studio Paint and go layer by layer at my own pace, analyzing everything he did, it was at that moment that I lost it. And personally, it was at that moment that I thought to myself, W course. But yeah, now that we've gone over the pros, it's now time for the cons, because believe it or not, art nerds, Diddy Mark is a fair reviewer, okay? Just because I love or enjoy something doesn't mean I will shield you from its bad sides. The first of which is the freaking subtitles, man. So yeah, if you don't know, RinoTuna is Korean. At least I'm like 40% sure he's Korean, because like I've watched Squid Game before and I could recognize the language he was speaking, and it was the same one they were speaking in Squid Game, and okay, calm down, bad joke, my bad, I know. But yeah, the subtitle thing that I didn't like much was the fact that I couldn't look away for a second. So as you can imagine, if you don't speak or understand Korean and you're trying to follow the lecture along and draw for yourself, it's a bit of a pain, because I found myself having to skip a couple seconds back a lot because I would look away to draw for a sec, and by the time I picked my head up, Rhino had said like 10 sentences I had missed already. I think if Colosso had an option for dubbed courses for their audiences who might not speak the same language as the course instructor, it would go a long way. Another con of the course that I have is the same from my last Colosso course review, and it's that, my goodness, Colosso, that video player made everything so difficult. Pausing, rewinding, escaping full screen, basically anything you did on that player, even if you breathe a little too loudly, might have caused the player to crash, and then you'd need to refresh the browser. And also, the buffering was so long. And I know for a fact it wasn't my internet, it was just the player. But yeah, besides those two cons, that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts on Express Yourself with Character Creation Ideation by RinoTuna. Now, before I give my final thoughts, closing statements, and conclusion of this course, I promised I'd teach you, viewer / art nerd, how you yourself can improve your own character design game using what I learned from this course. Well, to be more specific, I'm going to be telling you all one thing or one point or advice that Rhino gives from each of the main topics of the whole course. And I'm only doing 1 point per section, so I don't give away the many other things and value that can be absolutely milked from this course by Mr. Tuna. And hopefully, these points and advice are things you've already been watching me put into practice in the background time-lapse of this video. But yeah, let's get to it with the first tip / pointer from the drawing section of this course. And it's, when it comes to first drafting / drawing your character design, RinoTuna says that a character design is more so made unique by their body type first before anything else. So he suggests nating the body first, meaning roughing out a body type that you like with a good silhouette first before going in and adding details like the face or costume. For the coloring section of the course, Rhino said when it comes to color and especially light, for beginners, it's very scary to learn these two concepts and how they interact with one another. But RinoTuna's advice was that from his experience, you should just let your curiosity take the reins, as if you're an artist, you should already have that need and curiosity to understand these things and the way they work innately already. For the design section of the course, according to RinoTuna, when it comes to the actual designing of characters, the most important thing you absolutely must prioritize is keywords, because according to RinoTuna, a keyword is not as abstract as inspiration. By the way, a keyword means describing a character with words or sentences rather than pictures. Keywords are all about deciding what to draw and what to show. Rhino says you can consider keywords to be like setting goals for character design. For example, you may or may not have seen me use keywords before I started designing the characters I'm designing in the background of this video. And last but not least, for the applying designs to character section of the course, Rhino advises that before you even begin drawing or sketching, you should first draft out your ideas and then pick the one you like the best, or even combine multiple. But before even that, Rhino suggests that you first pick out the main keyword, then you have their personality / characteristic trait in your head or written down, and lastly, you then pick out the indirect keyword. Because once you have all these things in mind and you have them picked out, it's so much easier to design a character because you now understand the character fundamentally enough where it's not so much work finding what works and doesn't, what fits and doesn't fit in the design, you feel me? And yeah, with all that said, to conclude this video and to give my final thoughts about RinoTuna's course, well, this course is probably the best you can come by for character design. He covers absolutely everything from the broad stuff like drawing the character's facial expressions, body type, and clothing, to even the not so broad, generating generally known stuff like clothing material and character design, silhouette, and composition, this course is essentially so well done, well-rounded, and provides so much value that at the end of completing this course, if you're not at least 5 times a better overall artist, let alone character designer, I'd be genuinely surprised. If you're interested in this course, you can find a link to it in the description down below, as well as the discount code that Colosso has so graciously provided to my viewers. So check that out down below if you're interested. And also, if you do plan on getting this course, I do want to let you know that Colosso is having a huge promotion right now. It already started on the 21st of November, and it's gonna last until the 30th of November at midnight, so make sure to check it out. And like I said, every link you will possibly need is in the description down below. And again, thank you to Colosso for sponsoring this video. Thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you made it all the way to the end, you must love me, because damn, wow, you made it all the way to the end. Thank you. Anyways, shout out to my also lovely, beautiful, and fabulous patrons for supporting me and keeping me from needing to sleep on any park benches. If you yourself want to support me on Patreon, the link is in the description down below. But yeah, don't forget to like the video to let me know you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, because that helps out the channel a lot. And lastly, don't forget to leave a comment, because I read all and respond to most comments. Till next time, art nerds, it is I, RinoTuna Mark. Peace and love, baby.